Here we are in front of the hotel.
You both look so happy.
Yes, we were happy. As happy as either one of us have ever been. Until everything fell apart because of Eric and Ridge.
Brooke, it isn't too late.
I know. A love like this doesn't just fall apart because of one stupid, dirty trick. But you know what, Megan? I've got to do something about it. Or else it will vanish. Thorne was so upset by what he saw that I'm afraid that he's going to keep his promise with Macy.
But Brooke, what he saw wasn't real. He thought that you were still involved with Ridge, but he was wrong.
I know, and I have to make him see it, and I will. And I'm going to do it today.
You have something to say before we toast?
Yes. Mother, I know what this marriage means to you. How long you've waited and hoped and even prayed for it.
Sweetheart, you're right. This marriage means everything to me. But I can also see that this marriage means everything now to you and Macy.
What is it, Thorne? What do you have to tell us?
Thorne, if you don't mind, ought I say something first? Look, I want to say this from the bottom of my heart. There's nothing more important to me than the happiness of my children, my wife. When you proposed to Macy and when you married her in Europe, I know, as I'm sure you do, that you did it for a million good reasons. But there's only one reason that really matters, and that is the history of love and devotion that has held the two of you together all these years. That's why you married her. And you will never find that with anybody else. Not ever. So you listened to your heart and you made a choice. And you made a choice that I respect and admire so much. So here's to Thorne and Macy and all the years of happiness that I know they have in front of them.
Cheers.
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 Yes, I suppose you could say the rooms are, well, intimate.
I believe the word I used was tiny.
Of course, the utilities are included with your rent, both water and gas.
And what about electricity?
No, you'll be billed for that.
And I suppose that the heat and the stove, they're both electrical, right?
Well, I would love to chat with you ladies, but I do have two other people who want to see this place. So, are you interested or not?
I'll take it. Amber, I can't afford anything better, Becky.
Well, then I will leave the lease with you. You can sign it and put it in my box, along with the security deposit and the first and last month's rent.
Thank you.
I'm sure you'll be very happy here.
We should have looked around some more.
And what? In the meantime, live on the streets? You have a baby, Becky. And I have more important things to worry about.
Do you want to talk about it yet?
No.
Must have been horrible for you.
Yeah. It's pretty bad. He picked up all my clothes and then threw them at me and told me that he never wants to see me again and never come back. I'm so sorry. Yeah. Me too. But you know what? I kind of feel like I got off easy compared to what Rick's going through.
Hey, Rick. Hey there. Taylor told me what happened. If there's anything we can do, you just let me know, okay?
Guess you were right about Amber all along.
Rick, that's not where we're coming from. You know that.
No, it's okay, Ridge. I'm an idiot. You can say it.
Rick, come on, let's sit down and just have a talk here.
I really don't feel like a lecture right now.
I'm not gonna lecture you.
Are you sure about that?
I have made more blunders than years you've lived. And every one of them is dumber than what you've gone through just now. You know why? Because I kind of knew what I was doing when I made those mistakes. I should have known better. You didn't know what you were doing when you did this. You were going out of a sense of integrity. That's great, except you got burned anyway.
And you don't have anything to be ashamed of. You were trying to be responsible. If anything, you should be proud.
I hope the family sees it that way. I'm telling them about Amber and the baby this afternoon.
Flopsy. You'll cover for me? Excellent. Would you explain things to Mr. Dusavois? Thank you so much, Suzanne. I shouldn't need more than a week off of work. Yeah, I'll call you next week. Okay. You know, there's a thrift shop down the street. Why don't we go on by and see if there's some things you could use?
I have something else I have to do first.
What?
Talk to the Forrester family.
Don't you think Rick ought to be the one to do that?
What does he say, Beck? That their grandchild, nephew, the little baby that they all learned to love so much, he really isn't a Forrester after all. And that Rick was tricked and lied to by the girl they all warned him about. I can't put Rick in that position.
Amber, I understand. And I know how much that family loves this little boy. But you have got to realize their first reaction, it's going to be pretty
Angry? Vicious? Maybe even violent? Yeah, Becky, it's going to be that and a whole lot more. But I have it coming. Forresters need to be allowed to vent their anger, and I am the one it should be directed at, not Rick.
No. Your mother is the one it ought to be directed at.
Well, she isn't in the picture now, is she? No, it's just me. And let's face it, no one was holding a gun to my head. I didn't have to do it, but I did. In the end, it was my decision. It was a very bad decision, but I'm the one who has to pay the price.
Well, Thorne, aren't you going to join us in the toast? Honey, if you're worried about me, don't be. I have no desire to have a drink, but you go ahead.
No, Macy, it's not the alcohol I'm worried about. It's something that happened in Venice.
You mean something besides what happened with us?
Hello?
I need to see you. I need to see you now. Did you hear me, Thorne? I want to talk to you in private now.
Could you hold on a minute, please? This is business. I need to take it in the other room, okay?
All right, honey.
All right. I'll only be a second. Brooke, don't call me, okay? I don't have anything to say to you.
You're hurt. I know. I understand. I can only imagine what you must have felt like when you saw Ridge and me together.
No, Brooke, no. You have no idea what that did to me.
Thorne, it wasn't real. I keep telling you that. It was all a setup by Ridge and your father.
You were laying on that bed kissing him, Brooke. That was real.
No, that's what they want you to believe. Don't you see? They want you to think that I am going to leave you for Ridge, but that's not the way it's going to be. Thorne, just think back to everything that we've been through this last year. Think about the commitment that we made to each other in Venice. Now that was real. And it still is. I know that you're hurt, and I know that you went off and married Macy out of a reaction, but you gotta believe me. I really have no feelings for Ridge. I hate your brother.
I believe a lot of things, Brooke. But I will never believe that you hate my brother. And for you to even say that makes me wonder if you're not trying to go overboard to hide something. Like a part of you that still loves him. A part that you don't want me to know about.
No, Thorne. You're the one I want. Don't let them win. Come on, please. Don't you see this is what they want? They want you to give up on me. Look, if you love Macy, okay, fine. Fine, stay married to her and be happy. But if you don't love her, and I know that you don't, then you've got to do something. You have to put a stop to this. Now tell your family the truth. And tell Macy the truth about what really happened in Venice. That it was a cruel, vicious lie made by your father and your brother. Because if you don't, Thorne, I swear we're going to lose everything we ever wanted. We'll lose each other.
Thorne? Your mother wants to see you.
Just give me a second.
No, this is important, son. It's the most important thing that's happened to your mother since the stroke. You know, she's going to come in here if you don't come out there.
I gotta go. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Do either of you know where Dad and Stephanie are?
No, we don't.
I think we better find them. I don't want to put this off.
Hey, Rick, how about if Taylor and I explain all this to them? You won't even have to be around.
I've never run from responsibility. I didn't with Amber, I didn't with the child, and I'm not going to now. Everyone put out a lot for me, all of you have, including Stephanie. This is gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt real bad. They're losing a child just like I did. I know how that feels. I've got to be the one to tell them.
I thought you said Rick didn't want to see you anymore. He doesn't. Rick doesn't want me anywhere near him or his family. And I respect that. But it hurts me more than I ever thought possible. Because I do love him. But this isn't about love. And it isn't about wanting a man who I was once married to. It's about doing what's right. I betrayed Rick and his family. Now I have a duty, an obligation to stand up in front of them and tell them the truth. I owe them that. And I'm gonna do it, whether or not Rick wants me to.
So, even if Rick said, don't come, I don't want you to explain anything to my family. I'll do it myself. I don't need you. Even if he said all of that.
You don't understand. Rick wants something real, something honest. He wants a life, and he hasn't had that. He hasn't had that ever since I took this baby and pretended it was mine. Rick has been living in this horrible nightmare. And the worst part of it is he didn't even know it. God, Becky, what I did to him is repulsive. And the more I look back, the worse it appears. And I did the same thing. I did the same disgusting, vile thing to his parents and his brothers, all of them. I took away their baby, their child, a child that they adored. And they are gonna wanna know why. I would wanna know why if I were them, before I could ever go on. Rick can't answer that question. Only I can.
And what is the answer to that question, Amber? You know, what are you going to tell them?
Here he is, Stephanie.
Hey, Mom. Dad said that you have something to say to me. I have something to say to you, too.
All right. But actually, it's something I want to show you. It's something that you've done for me, really. You and your beautiful wife. You know, sometimes miracles just happen out of the blue, just like that. But a miracle happened today when I saw you and Macy together.
What is it, Mother?
Will you give me a hand?
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the wheelchair's right here, right behind you.
I don't need that thing. I don't want to ever sit in it ever, ever, ever again. Welcome back. You're a Forrester now, and I want you to know that I am very, very proud that you are. Okay. I know this wasn't easy for you. I know Venice is a very tempting city. If you had come back with anyone but Macy, this would never have happened. Do you understand? I love you so much. You've given me back my life. And you've given this family and me